Health anxiety. Hello. You have either been given a link to this video having been referred to me, or I guess you came across the video by yourself. In either event, my name is Steve Tromans and my fields are Neuro-linguistic programming, hypnotherapy, mindfulness and coaching. And I've seen about 20,000 clients in about a quarter of a century. And a large number of those clients had been suffering from various forms of anxiety. I worked in Harley Street for about 20 of those years, but these days I work internationally via Skype, Zoom and Facetime. So this is just to introduce myself really, hello, and for me to outline some of the manifestations of what people call health anxiety, the things I've come across over the years. Obviously, if you're suffering from health anxiety, then you don't need me to spend much time telling you what it is. You know. But I will attempt a brief general definition. Health anxiety is when someone has over-the-top, out of scale, out of control, persistent thoughts about what could be wrong with them. Then they feel horrible, and these feelings get in the way of their life. Let me give you some examples of the kinds of things I have seen. Most commonly, we have the fear the person has a potentially life-changing or life-threatening illness, such as cancer or Alzheimer's. A large number of people are terrified that they have a sexually transmitted disease. And yes, people do have these problems, but we're talking about those people who don't, but are extremely worried that they might have an issue or they might succumb to an illness. Dealing with helping people to be as resourceful as possible dealing with their real illness is a different issue. I should emphasize before saying anything else that if you do have concerns about your health, then go and see your doctor, obviously as soon as possible. But if you suffer from health anxiety, the chances are that you have done that a lot, and quite possibly had countless tests and checks and scans, all of which have proven negative. And now your doctor might have referred you to me. But of course, we're not really dealing with a rational problem. There may well be occasions when you realise that you aren't, for example, HIV positive. The latest negative results of many tests may be in your hands. But then you ask yourself, what if the tests were wrong? What if they got mixed up? There must be some small chance they got mixed up. And what if I somehow contracted it since I last went in for the test? What if? The internet is marvellous for helping people to develop their health anxiety. It's so accessible. I've had a bad headache all day, someone might say. Let me check online and see what that might be. Let's see. And then they check and, oh my God, what if I have a brain tumour? And there it is, a flood of adrenaline, the thing you just ordered, unwittingly. But what if? What if the moment you even begin an anxious thought, you somehow find yourself taking a nice, deep, relaxing breath? What if the exaggerated nightmare visions of illness can be minimized? What if you could be trained to have a really good sense of perspective? What if you could easily learn to talk to yourself in a calm, balanced way, rather than have your internal dialogue run madly out of control? This is where I come in. I will work with you to help you, to train you really, to think about the things that have been overwhelming you in such a way so they just stop bothering you and fall out of consciousness more easily. Obviously, it's important to look after yourself and go and see the doctor if you need to. But a question I often ask people, it's a good question, is what will you do with all the extra time when you've stopped worrying about all this? It's a good question. People look blank when I ask them that. The problem might be imaginary, but the fear isn't. The fear is real. It's horrible for people. But in my experience, it's most definitely treatable. The combination of very direct techniques from neuro-linguistics and the way I use hypnotherapy and combine that with mindfulness all work, as I say, directly to help to retrain the person to think in more resourceful, more balanced, more realistic ways. I like to do this. I like to work with these issues. I don't make 100% guarantees, but I often get good results with this. So please do get in touch.